And we're back. Oh my god, this fucking thing. Raticus. How long has it been?
Fucking
Feels like years.
too long, mate.
Feels like years.
Or not long enough.
Yeah, it's been a minute. We've just lived, really. Haven't had the time. We had stuff stashed, and well, I just didn't get around to actually putting it out. I mean, yeah, life took over. What do you want me to say? You know, it took over. It's part and parcel of fucking life. Family weddings.
Kept the people waiting, mate.
I did keep the people waiting. All the millions that are out there listening. Yeah, just life fucking. It's like anything. You try and keep up with stuff. Keep up with a fucking creating a brand. Keep up with doing a fucking podcast. Keep up with doing a fucking marathon.
I think I should clarify that you're the one that's always busy.
Yes.
You're much more ambitious and hard working than me.
But
I'm a lazy fucker.
no, but you're still very busy. So it's like,
brother, I'm not busy. I've not been busy. I want to say I've not been busy since 2019.
2019.
Yeah.
I feel like 2019 was a good year. Do you know why? Because it's before
Yeah, it
that
was.
fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Have you seen that This Is England thing with the Boris Johnson about the fucking pandemic with Kenneth Branagh as Bojo?
No.
Oh, brother, it's on Sky Atlantic. Oh my god.
As in, like, This Is England, the series?
Like, not like This Is England, like the fucking
Show.
Skinheads.
Right.
It's called This Is England, but it's about the
okay.
COVID pandemic.
That's misleading.
It
Well,
is a
fair
little
enough.
bit. It's called This Is England? It is. That's
I
what
used
it's
to
called.
like, you know,
I don't know how they got away with that, to be fair to you.
you know, the sketch on Little Britain about the Prime Minister when David Walliams was his like chief of staff, but he was
No, I did
gay,
not.
and the Prime Minister was played by Anthony Head. You know, from Buffy the Vampire
Chuck
Slayer.
names at me and I'm never going to know.
If I showed you a picture
yeah,
of Anthony
pictures,
Head,
I'm good to
you'd
go
know
with.
him. He's in like Buffy, other stuff.
Remember Buffy? Remember Buffy?
Mate, I watched all of Buffy.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't it like, I swear it's like one of the longest running TV series though.
Yeah, like Sarah Michelle Gellar back in the day.
Do you know what isn't going to be the longest?
It's probably the first show I masturbated to.
Oh, sweet lord.
Yeah.
I can't say that.
I think I started watching it when I was like, probably like 9, 10.
What was the spin-off?
I got them on
Was it
DVD.
Buffy and
Angel.
that
Yeah,
was
with
it.
David Boreanaz, who you know, the guy from Bones.
Never known his name ever in my life.
You know Bones though.
Yeah, I know Bones, but I don't never.
He
know
was
his name.
Angel. Yeah, fucking Buffy was quality.
What was I going to say? A TV show that isn't going to last. I've not kept up with it. Lord of the Rings. Have you? My brother was
Nah.
nuts. He was saying
Well, he watches it.
he's so annoyed that he has to watch it. He's like, it is so.
Why does he have to watch it?
Because he's just like, he's an addicted dweeb in a certain capacity. He's like,
What, he likes stuff like that?
he loves Lord of the Rings.
Your brother?
Loves it. He's a proper geek that way. Like,
Shit.
proper.
Yeah, I knew he liked Dragon Ball.
No, but he's like all that type of like fantasy shit he loves. And he loves Lord of the Rings. So then when
Fucking hell,
when
I
this
never
is-
knew that.
this is about, he's like, and he's just forcing himself to watch it. And I'm just like, what am I on, like episode? What is it now? Like episode 6, maybe? I'm on like episode 3.
Mate, you've actually watched it.
I'm on episode 3.
Oh,
I'm not.
I
I'm,
didn't even finish the first episode.
No,
Like half an hour in.
jarring.
House of Dragons on the other hand is fucking.
I'm not up to date,
Oh, for fuck's sake!
bro. I ain't.
Why? It's such
What
a
do you mean?
waste, man.
Fucking why?
You think running a marathon is an excuse to like miss out
I
on
wouldn't
TV
even
shows?
say running. It was a yeah. Look, I'm just not. Do you know when you're just off sync and you feel like you're off sync for like a while? I feel like I haven't been in sync.
Yeah,
Like I haven't had order. Is that the right wording?
yeah.
I don't feel like I've had, like, I'm just waiting for something. I don't know if that's even a real
You've
thing.
not installed the latest update.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. I haven't installed the latest update and I'm waiting
Yeah.
to do it, but I don't have the time to do it. So my life's just passing me by constantly. That's fucked.
That's the way it goes, isn't it?
I fucking hate it, bro. And
It
like,
never stops, mate.
and it's like it's October. I'm like, how the fuck is it October? Can we just like take a minute for it?
It's nice, doesn't it? Nice and cool.
It's doing my nutting.
I know.
I fucking hate it. I hate
Mate,
it so much.
I'm wearing trackies and I'm just like, and thick socks.
I hate it.
And I'm so happy.
I
I
hate
fucking
it.
hate all that
I hate it.
flip flop and shorts bullshit.
Fuck. No,
Mate, I fucking
listen,
can't stand
I don't like heat to the extent where it's like hot. I can't fuck that. 26 degrees, cap. They're good to go.
I'll cap it at 21.
What? 21 it can be what for breeze? That's cold.
Nah.
24 to 26, and if it doesn't get below at night time around 14, you're good to go. You're good. That's fucking ideal.
Well, I think heat, right, is subjective. So like if I lived in like Hawaii, right, or Miami,
yeah, I think that's a bit like,
because the beaches are nice,
yeah,
the food's better, the girls are better looking.
Yeah.
It don't matter if
been
it's
to Hawaii, but
you know what I mean, though, like
Yeah, no,
you've been to Florida, though, innit?
I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying I haven't been to those places because, as you said,
because that's that
food,
heat.
hot girls. I'm like,
because it's hot there for such a long period of time, like the whole year.
Yeah,
that society is shaped that way. Whereas
it's
here,
hot all year round.
where we live in fucking West London / Surrey border, it don't matter how hot it is. You know what I mean? It's still a shithole. You know what I mean?
No matter which
There's
way
no-
you try and spin it, you only get like 4 months out of the year where people turn hot.
Yeah, if you want a fucking beach with sand, you'll go to Bournemouth, like West Wittering,
Yeah.
and Cornwall. The rest of the beaches have fucking got pebbles. You know what I mean? The women are ugly. The water is grey. No, but come on. Obviously not all of them, but
No,
like
but
you
no,
go to
you're
fucking
right.
you go
No,
to
no, I'm
Miami
with you.
Beach.
I'm with you.
There's like dime pieces everywhere.
no, dime pieces. What a fucking word. Anyway,
You know why? I listened to a podcast earlier.
what
They
is
use
that
it on there.
spinning? Is that one of the words?
Yeah. I just thought I'd try it. It's better than saying.
Dime pieces. I like it. I'm
Yeah.
with you. I'm 100%.
It's what do we say? Like rocket. But
Absolute rocket.
yeah.
Yeah, dime pieces made a little bit better.
Absolute SpaceX.
No, but to your point about like places being better to live and stuff and it being hot, I always like run into this whenever the weather gets really fucking shit. I'm like, no one is forcing me to be here. Like, I can go to a hot country and just live there and like wear shorts 84% of the time and then maybe have to chuck on a hoodie. Like LA weather, it's winter. If you're in there in winter, you can still just wear a hoodie. Like, and it's still sunny. It's still sunny. Like, wake up and oh my god, I wake up so early and it's dark for so long. And I'm like, the world doesn't even start yet. And do you know why it doesn't start yet? Because it can't. Because it's dark. You see what I mean? Like, things have to start later because it's darker.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It makes no
There's that
fucking sense.
place in.
I'm leaving. I'm just gonna go. I'm
There's
just gonna
loads of
fucking
places.
go.
Yeah, go, mate.
I'm sick and tired.
Where are
of
you
it,
gonna
bro.
go?
I don't know. Like Oz. I'm thinking Oz. I told you this. Like,
Yeah,
Oz.
yeah, go Australia. I'm gonna go.
Bro, no one's keeping fucking us here anymore.
Yeah.
It does my head in when it's so cold. It's not even it being about it being necessarily cold because the cold you can kind of deal with it. I can't deal with it being dark so much. That's what I can't deal with. That pisses me off the most because I feel like I lose out on so much. Even though I'm up for the same amount of the fucking time, I feel like I lose so much of my actual energy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't mind this country so much, but I just don't
know
want
why
to
that got
live.
me heated so much. I got fucking angry about that shit.
I just don't want to live this close to like a capital city because I just can't. Like I said, I'm going to Cornwall next week. I'm so looking forward to just being able to actually breathe air and not the shit that floats around here. You know what I mean? And I feel like with Oz, for years I was always like, nah, I never go there. I never go there.
Now things have changed.
Yeah, like because I can now, as I'm getting older, I'm more capable of like overcoming my fears.
What fears would you have?
Of spiders.
Really?
Yeah,
Fuck.
mate. Fuck.
For real?
Have you seen some of them?
No, we
out
did
there?
speak about
Fuck
this actually on
them,
one of
mate.
the other episodes. Yeah, I'm not about that. Fuck that. Yeah,
That's
like
one of
Oz.
the things that put me off, and for all my life up until the last few months, I was like, yeah, I'd never go Australia. And now I think I'm probably mature enough to overcome them. Like there was two beasts, one in my room the other day,
Yeah.
and I managed to trap it with glass and chuck it out. Whereas before, I'd have fucking like
What have you done? This fucking shit's itching.
I'd have been like
Can't.
I'd have been like across the room, like really far away from it, and I'd have got like the longest thing in my room and just fucking beat it from a distance.
Deep.
Mate, Yeah, we did talk about it, but
You
they
did.
just
I
they just
reminded
freak me the fuck out.
No, fuck yeah.
So I think now if I went to Australia, it's not like I'm gonna go out to like the outback anyway.
No, fuck that.
I will be in a city.
So the city there's okay.
Oh, I would never stay in Australia. I'll go there for like a
Oh.
year, work there for a year or two.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't live somewhere that hot for the rest of my life.
Why not?
Fucking
Climate
melt. Nah. You know, like the end of El Camino where Jesse ends up in Alaska.
Oh yeah,
And
they
I'm
made
like-
that film. Completely forgot.
Yeah, when he gets out the van
Yeah, they
in
should have made
Alaska.
that, I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, El Camino's quality.
Really?
Oh, mate. Yeah, that bit where he's in the flat.
My brain's frazzled these days.
You don't
man.
remember that scene?
I can't.
And he finds all the cash inside the freezer. And then he has to get out whilst the detectives are investigating the flat as a crime scene. And he's like, it's kind of like when Arya is in the castle and she's like in the library being silent.
You
'cause
could
all
say
them,
any name right now.
from Game of Thrones. Arya
Yeah,
Stark.
I know. Yeah.
You know when
Oh,
she's in the
yeah,
library and
yeah.
she's like being quiet and it's like really suspenseful.
Mm.
It's like that scene. Aaron Paul does that scene well when he's hiding from the
I
detectives.
feel like I should watch it again because I can't fucking remember any of it.
But anyway, when he ends up in Alaska,
Yeah.
because he's obviously gone there to escape, you know, I can't remember, was it Arizona? I think it is where it's Breaking Bad set. But when he's in Alaska,
No,
it's
it's
like,
not. It's Albuquerque, isn't it? Albuquerque.
oh, New Mexico.
New Mexico.
Yeah, it's one of them,
What do you
dust
call it?
bowls. But when he ends up in Alaska, he's like, oh fuck, like I've got to live in this like wilderness, like
Fuck
frozen.
that.
But mate, when I watched that scene, I was like, I'd love to live in Alaska.
No,
Fucking
chance.
Get a
No
bow and arrow and
chance.
hunt all day. Oh yeah.
Hunting, I'm not doing none of that.
Wear big thick coat, nice thick socks, get a heater, nice flasks of coffee. I just don't. I prefer
being
that.
cold is jarring.
No, I prefer it. Well, look how pale I am. I'm not meant to be in a hot climate. Not for too long, anyway. 2 weeks my maximum. I've been on 2-week holidays, and I'll be like, fucking hell, I'm nearly at my another week, and I'd wither and die. And then I'm like one of them
Turn into a
leaves.
fucking skeleton, bro.
Yeah, they'd have like a leaf in
Bopping
summer.
along, your little skeleton head. Fucking hell. Oh my god. What was I fucking gonna say? I was driving the other day, right, and I was like, I had this thought process. I was like, no one actually wants to drive, right? Like when you think about it, like no one wants to drive because all you're doing is you're trying to get somewhere that you need to be, or you want to get back to somewhere that you need to be. There's like, so why does everyone drive slow? And I'm not condoning fast driving here. Be safe, but like being so slow is so unsafe. You see what I mean? It's like,
yeah, like Uber drivers slow.
nah, like even like worse.
Because I've been in an Uber before and been like, I could actually
Walk
outrun this Uber
100%.
because they drive at like 23.
Anything
23,
anything below
24 miles
30,
an
it
hour.
needs to be. Cars have to go minimum 30. I feel like they should. They just have to.
Yeah, you know how
What
like,
are you doing below? What are you doing below 30? Like, what are you? Okay, maybe around like fucking what is it? Schools and shit. 20, sure. But some people doing that just casually,
Yeah,
and I'm just like, I need to get somewhere. And why is it whenever you need to be somewhere, it feels like they all just come out. They all just like just want to go slow, and they're always on the windscreen.
because you need
These
to be
people are
there.
like on the windscreen, like so close, like how my mum fucking drives, like on the windscreen, forehead on the fucking dash, like that. Like, what the fuck are you up to, man? How are you comfortable right now? Your hands are at 10 and 2, and your elbows are fucking glued up here. Like, what is this about? How can you do any turning off the car like that? You can't.
Or you got the complete opposite,
Like low back.
like your brother.
Yeah.
So him and your mum are opposite hands of the clock.
Fucking, they're 10 and 2, 100%. Oh,
fucking
mate.
hell. Sometimes I see your brother driving, I'm like, that fucker's asleep.
He's so fucking slanted. He used to be back in the day. Elon just needs to fucking bring out, like, all cars need to be driverless or self-driving cars. They just do. I don't need... Because then that way I can't get pissed off. It's like when you're on a plane. Actually, no, someone's controlling the plane.
Most people don't need a car, right? It's only because we work. I mean, look how much the ozone layer recovered during the lockdown.
Pandemic.
Yeah, so if everyone worked from home that could work from home, then, you know, you'd have a lot less cars on the road. And then, remember when...
Bro, some of the streets are packed with cars.
Yeah, but do you remember?
Packed.
It was bliss in lockdown.
Yeah, I know, but those cars were still parked on like this small. You go down some of these small roads, and there's like 50 fucking cars. Just think, if there's an average of 3 people in the house, they all have a car somehow. And there's just cars everywhere.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do?
There's literally families, right? Your bog standard nuclear family. There's a mum, dad, son, daughter. It was a mum, dad, son, daughter.
Yeah.
And all 4 of them will have a car.
I'm telling you,
I'm like, mate, what the fuck? 4 of you have a car.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, look at my mum's road.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say. Even on fucking, I got to drive, and it still doesn't like. Oh fucking, give me straight. Surely, there has to be some type of thought process, like long term. There has to be. But then I also think, if there's a long term plan, those are just humans that have created these long term plans. And guess what? We're fucking dumb. We're dumb. We're stupid. Even the smart people still get stuff wrong. So no one's planning. That's what I've realised. No one's planning for shit. They're just fucking. We'll just try and sort it out on the back end.
Yeah.
I know. Deep. I know. But it's fucking true.
Yeah.
Fuck, bro. Hey, I'm knocking humans, but one thing I will give London at least. The marathon was from start to finish, was from East London to wherever the fuck it finished on the Mall. There was just people. I'm not saying I would be one of those people that would go and cheer. I may now that I've done it, like I've actually run it. Like I may now go and cheer. Fucking people were buzzing early doors, beers, drinks, 10 a.m. You're running there boozing, and you're like, I'm on the wrong side of the fence here. There's people giving out sweets. There's just, yeah, it's crazy atmosphere. And I don't think there's another place that I would. And I think the London Marathon's like the biggest one.
That's my idea of hell.
26.2 miles.
No, just all them crowds.
What do you mean?
All them people. Fuck that. That's why I never go to a festival.
You don't like people? Groups?
Nah, even like
mass groups.
Yeah.
You've been to concerts?
Yeah, but I always pay for seating. Ask me if I've been to a gig where I've had the option to sit.
That one you went to see fucking Paolo, what's his name?
Paolo Nutini.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was no option to sit.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. You have no option.
If there was, I would have sat. Yeah, but it was in fucking Hippodrome. The maximum was like, I don't know, a couple hundred people.
So?
Like thousands of people.
You're not about that?
No, the Tube is bad enough.
Tube, you're fucking...
It's horrible. Getting on the Tube is fucking horrible.
Why are there nutters on there? Why is there nutters on
there? No word of a lie.
What are you going to tell me?
If someone said to me, right,
what?
You have to go from one end of a line on the Tube to the other every single day for a year.
How much?
Or do 3 months in prison. I think I'd rather do 3 months in prison.
Hang on. So that's the option. The option is
mate, the Tube, I hate it.
So
I'd rather be in a cell.
So
you'd have more room in a cell, and it would smell better.
Hold up. Hold the fuck up. The only options you've given, they're not really like you. I thought you were gonna say like money. Like you're literally saying 3 months in a prison cell, or a year worth of. Those are your options.
Yeah. I hate the Tube that much.
You would. I mean,
I hate it. It's just fucking disgusting.
Yeah, but you'd be start to end. You'd always have a seat. Easy jam.
Huh?
Yeah, but
mate, have you seen the seats? Have you seen the seats?
Yeah, I know, but you'd have a seat.
Mate, I remember one time sitting on a Tube seat, and it was like the seat coughed, and I was like, "Have I just fucking landed on a dinosaur fossil?" And you're like, "Well, these clothes need to." I might not even get the chance to wash them. I might just need to burn them. How you know what I mean? How much of that dust is like fecal matter from a fucking tramp?
Oh no, it's fucking bad though.
And
but
mate,
saying that, do you know like the pandemic or during the pandemic, the tubes and the trains were like the safest. They were like the most cleaned. I don't fucking know spot.
Yeah, I do not believe that. They can say it's clean. It's fucking horrible. And when you see cities like in Japan and in Korea and Istanbul, they are spotless. And like, there's no excuse for our cities to be the shitholes that they are.
No.
No, I mean, I reckon if you got a tape measure out, right, and you went to
Oh no.
and went to any pavement in London,
Yeah.
you couldn't measure 1 inch from one chewing gum to another. That's how dirty it is. And every time I've gone out in London, probably my whole life,
Yeah.
even like during the day,
Yeah.
I've seen a rat.
Yeah. Don't they say you're closer to a rat than you are a human when you're up there?
Yeah, and I'm like,
Yeah. Let them do their thing, bro. They're just jamming.
people literally, they'll stand on like London Bridge,
Yeah.
and you see them taking their photos, and you can see, oh my god, I'm in London. I'm like, what? These places are
Yeah, but that's
dumb.
like.
This place are dumb.
Yeah, but it's. Hey, look. We say this, but then people want to come here, and it's the same reason why we want to go to different cities, right? Because we don't experience it. It's not our culture. So when you go and experience a different city, you're like, oh, this is fucking cool. How can I not live here? Like, you see what I mean?
I do get that, but I just mean from a strictly hygiene standpoint.
Hygiene point. Yeah, well, I mean, fuck, we're...
Like, when you go out in London for a day,
Yeah.
shit you not, do you not come back with, like, black bogies? You do, innit?
Yeah, it's not...
It's like, oh...
I feel like I've got a layer of dirt on my face.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
And you have black bogies, and you're like, well, yeah.
Possible, bro.
It's like Dick and Dom, do you ever that game?
Bogies.
Yeah. But like, you're like, but that's in there
What
because
fuck are them two up to
I've
these
been
days?
breathing that shit in.
Totally.
So if that's on your bogies, God knows what the inside of your lungs look like after a day out in London.
Yeah,
you know.
hate to know, innit? But do you know what fucking jars me the most?
Go on.
I don't know why, because we're talking about like fucking breathing in shit air and that. You see those people that, hey, listen, if you want to wear a fucking face mask, do your thing, but at least make it a half decent one. These people that are sitting there with their fucking, like, they're obviously doing it for a purpose, but I don't know what the fuck that purpose is. Because one, it's like a homemade one or one they bought like to help a small business out during lockdown.
It's
And
like
they've still got
it's a painter's mask.
It's not even a painter's mask. They've got like,
mate, I see a lot of painter's
they've got
masks.
like, the ones that hurt me the most is like they've cut out, it looks like someone's cut out a fucking picnic blanket and they've tied some string to it and they pull it across their nose and it's like, it's sitting on their nose, but there's so much space in between each fucking side.
Yeah.
I'm like, one, why are you wearing it? Two, it looks ridiculous. And three, it ain't doing fuck all for you. So like, either take it off or get a new one. But I can't understand. And the people that are outside walking with a face mask on.
Yeah, walking.
To do what?
Yeah, and they're always fat. How many fat people do you see with face masks? All the time. Oh, I was meant to tell you this.
Here we go.
So, I got the train back from my dad's, right?
Yeah.
On the weekend, and it, obviously, because of the strikes, it terminated at Hounslow.
Saturday.
Yeah, because it terminated at Hounslow, right?
Yeah.
So I had to get a bus from Hounslow back home, right?
Oh.
Listen to this.
God.
There was this fat fucking couple, right? They were actually they disgusted me to look at them. Yeah, no, seriously, they did. And they got on the bus stop, right?
Oh God.
At Hounslow High Street, and they went, no word of a lie, like they went one stop.
What do you mean?
Because they're that lazy.
So they paid 50p.
No, it's like 160 for the bus.
No, 150, isn't it?
No, 160.
It's gone up.
Yeah.
10p, bastard. Fucking.
So-
why has it gone up 10p?
Anyone that knows Hounslow, they went from the bus station.
I don't know.
Well, not even the bus station. They went from
They've gone one stop. That's what you're telling me. For 160.
and the bus was rammed, right?
Oh my god. Maybe
so they got on at the front, and then it was really hard for them. They probably lost. They probably burnt calories getting off because they had to go from the front door to the back door, and they're so big.
But maybe that's why they got off, because it was so busy.
No, because I see them walking towards like some flats, and they was wearing masks, and I'm thinking to myself like,
Oh, that is
what?
Completely.
How can you be worried about your health if you're if you're fat, if you're choosing to be fat?
I'm fucking with you on it, man. I'm
And
like,
you wear a mask. It's like it's a complete contradiction.
complete contradiction.
And I'm like, if you're, what do you think when you look in the mirror when you're like, I'm the type of person that I'll pay £1.60, even actually take the money out of it, I'll pay to get the bus one stop. And it's like, you know.
Oh, mate, it's nuts.
And I just think to myself that
I think we spoke about this the other day or one of the
oh yeah, but it's always it just fucking annoys me so much.
Yeah, it's
people still wear masks.
Listen, you can wear a fucking mask. I don't mind you wearing them. Like, I don't.
You
everyone
shouldn't.
do their fucking own thing. But if you're gonna do it, like, at least do it like correctly. Even if is there a correct way to do it? Because didn't they prove that like? Oh fuck knows. Oh, you know what? I don't even fucking care.
The correct way to wear a mask.
I don't fucking care.
No, the correct way to wear a mask, right?
Don't wear one.
Yeah, no, you can wear one. So what you do is you wake up, right? You get ready. Pop it on just as you go out the door, and then you walk to your closest train station and you throw yourself in front of the train. Because if you're still wearing a mask, we don't need you.
It's propping up though. It's popping back. You know?
Yeah, of course it is. Because people are starting to get colds. Fuck, have you noticed, mate? Oh my god, all the people, because the weather started to turn, everyone started getting colds. All them people going, you can hear them at work going, done a test. Because they're like, a couple of days off coming here.
Yeah,
that's what it is. They're like, I'll get a couple of days working from home.
Yeah, fuck the test. Listen,
as if colds weren't a thing before.
No, ultimately take care of your health, look after yourself, and do all that. But ultimately, like, taking care of your health, there isn't magic tablets to fix the common thing, which is eating healthy and exercising. Like, there isn't tablets for that. Like, you can cut corners as much as you fucking like, but ultimately you have to put in the work. And I don't give a fuck what anyone says. No one wants to be fat.
I don't even care if you.
But do they?
No, well, you don't know. But
who the fuck would want to be fat?
Even if you don't want to, right? I don't even care if you're fat, right? But just don't wear a mask. Don't be a hypocrite. Don't be a walking contradiction.
Yeah, but I don't think that's necessarily like. I don't know why we're back on this topic. How we've floated back here, but it's like. Everyone wants to live. Everyone wants to have a fruitful life. Everyone wants to do that. You know, everyone wants that. And it's like the choice you make each day is going to be is either going to benefit you long term or it's going to be a detriment to you long term. And it's like people don't think long term. They don't. I hate to say it, they don't. Everyone thinks short term and it's here and now. What is the quick dopamine fix that I can get? And it'll be fucking processed high calorie foods which can trigger some dopamine rush in my brain and it's going to make me crave more. And it's like fucking, wake up. Wake the fuck up. I'm not saying you can't enjoy bad food. That's not what I'm saying. Because we all have our vices. But it's like, when push comes to shove, if you're sitting on your fucking deathbed, what are you going to want? You're going to want more time. You're going to want to take back all those fucking McDs you're sitting, which don't even fucking change or mould the amount you fucking leave them. And you're just consuming them daily, regularly. Like, fuck me. I don't know why we're back here. The anger I have on some of it, because it's like I know I just know people want to be better. I know they do, because everyone wants to be better in life. And like the first step is making that first change. Oh, fuck me, give me strength. Give me strength, man.
So how was the actual run then?
Segue. Well, yeah, it was.
Was there a point where you got into such a rhythm it kind of just like?
Yeah, so like,
because it gets that way in the workout.
Yeah, of course, 100%. There was so I hadn't run for a week prior because did I tell you I rolled my ankle at a wedding?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't run and it when I say I rolled it, I fucking hurt. And I was like, there's no way I can pull out, but there's also no way I'm gonna be able to do what. I don't even know. I can't really run as it is. Anyways, started off and there's so much adrenaline in you and there's so many people and you run and you come off and it's like in my head you already know run your own race. I couldn't keep, no matter how slow I ran, I couldn't keep my heart rate under 168. You know what I mean? It was just fucking up there straight away. And I'll be honest with you, I started running at a pace where not out of this world, but 45 minutes run by and I was running at a steady pace. 45 minutes went like that. It doesn't even make sense. Because obviously you're kind of stopping. There's the roads get narrower, they get wider, they get narrower, and there's different people, and there's slower people, there's faster people, you running into different waves and what have you, and it's I think I'd say for an hour and like 40 minutes, I was like, this is go time. And because the adrenaline in me, like my ankle was like, I wasn't thinking about it. I looked at my pace, which I wasn't really thinking of. And I was like, if I carry on at this pace, I'm doing sub 4 hours. And I was like, I'm taking sub 4 hours. So I kind of went for it. And then I didn't go for it, but I tried to maintain that pace. And then it just got long. I'll be honest with you. It got hotter because the sun was out. It felt like it got further.
Yeah.
And like the rhythm, I think as soon as like, I guess as soon as like the piss broke, even though it made you feel better, it's like you then need to get back on that rhythm quite quickly. You need to get back to it. And to answer your point, for the first hour and 45, I would say I was kind of good. Didn't really track too much. And then I was like, I got through the 2 hour mark and beyond, and it was like, okay. And then when I got to like 3 hours, in my head I was like, I've only got really 1 more hour if I'm doing sub 4. And then I've only run 30k was my furthest. So when I got to like 33k, I was like, oh, I've still got some distance here. And then that's when it started, like, ankle started giving way, cramp was hitting me.
How many? I know it's 26 miles, isn't it?
26.2, yeah.
What is that in K?
42, I think. Let's find out.
Yeah,
Hey
yeah.
Siri. Wall is 26.2 miles in kilometers. Yeah, 42.16. Okay.
Fucking hell.
The fucking my watch was like off because it just will be. So it was like it was telling me I was further along than I was, and like doesn't like hindsight. It's not a lot of distance, but when you're dying at the end and your ankle's giving no like, what pisses me off actually is that there was physios everywhere, forever. People getting physios early doors. As soon as I needed a physio, nowhere to be seen. So where the fuck are you? Hidden. Toilets disappeared, physios disappeared.
How much can I actually do for you?
I just kind of wanted it to be like...
You know what I mean, though, didn't you?
Yeah, 100%, but I just wanted it to get strapped.
Right, yeah.
And then strapped and go. And I had... Because I didn't want to run with a strap, because I'd never run with a strap. So I was like, fuck that. I'll just... Because in my head, I was like, I know it's going to hurt, and I know it's going to suck, but I'm going to do it regardless. And I think like the adrenaline carried me a lot longer than I thought it would. And when that wore off, I was in it. I was in the trenches with with everyone.
And what were your feelings when you crossed the line? Was it euphoric?
It was like a lot. I don't know. It was mixed emotions, you know, because in my head I was like, at the start, I just kind of wanted, when I signed up to it very late in the year, in like, was it August or whatever, I was like, I just want, what's the average? 4:15. I want to do the average. And then training went okay, the best I guess it could be. Then I fucked my ankle. And then I was like, right, 5 hours I'll be happy with. And then I run quite well at the start, so sub 4. So me not getting that, I was like, at the end I was like, bit disheartened in a certain capacity. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's just my ego. My ego's there, like, look, doing it was unbelievable. And like I think for the last K or whatever, I was blown away that, one, the support for like everyone coming out, which was crazy, but also like I knew I did it. So I already knew before the finish line that I'd completed it. So I kind of processed it for a little while, and I was like, it's nuts, you know? Like, what the fuck are we doing? Running for 26.2 miles. I swear it's not even healthy. I'm sure it's not. Like, is it? Like, I'm sure it can't be.
There's this book, and also Cole Pilkington on an Idiot Abroad episode.
What a man.
He went out and met this tribe. But it's called, like, it's got like a blue and white cover, and it's like something like the Wind Talkers or something like that. Fuck knows. And it's about this tribe in Mexico. Mm-hmm. And, like, all they do is fucking run, right? And they run, like, insane distances every day.
For what?
Because they live in, like, the mountains. It's
right.
Like,
so why do they run?
Because they'll, like, injure an animal, and then it will flee. Because if they don't fatally wound it, they just, you know, or mortally wound it, they just fucking wound it enough. And then it will fucking... Because... Up that high, you got like
they're fucking doing what?
trying to think the name of them, but up that high,
Yeah.
right? You got like these fucking goats, right? They stand on like cliff faces like that.
Yeah. I see.
Like ibex and things like that. So
Ibex, what a name.
that's what I'm sure it's called. Funners. I might be getting the region wrong. But anyway, if they don't kill it and they injure it and it fucking runs off,
Yeah.
they'll then chase this thing down, right? For like miles, like over 50 miles.
Barefoot.
I can't remember. I think
They
they've
can't
got
have
these.
shoes.
Yeah,
They've
but
got
they're not
shoes these
proper shoes though. They're like wraps. But anyway,
Just at it.
the fucking they've done like biological tests
Yeah.
on this tribe.
They're like fucking.
Their hearts, like the valves in their hearts, are like twice the size of like other humans.
They live forever.
No. But they got like insane cardio. Like their lungs
Yeah.
and their hearts are like larger than ours and much more efficient because they've been doing this for like God knows how long.
What's the
however
tribe's
old
name?
their
Do you not
tribe
know?
is. Nah, I can't
We'll
remember.
find out later.
Yeah. But like I told you before, like with Eddie Hall, the reason he was so good at what he does with
Yeah.
powerlifting, because he's not the biggest ever strongman. He's only like 6'3", which is relatively small for a strongman. But because he was a Olympic
Yeah.
swimmer, yeah, he's pretty small for a strongman. Most of them are
tall?
much bigger than that. Huh?
I thought they were small.
Nah.
Small.
Look at four. Four's like fucking 6'11". Brian Shaw, who's like one of the most, he's like 6'9", 6'10".
Yeah, that's weird being that tall. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, but Eddie Hall, because he swum
Yeah.
for the GB Olympics team up until the age of like 16, because he'd done so much like aquatic cardio or
Yeah.
aerobic cardio,
Yeah.
his aorta had expanded. So that's why he was able to do such heavy lifts for a relatively smaller strongman. Because if someone like Ford done a big lift, his heart is fucking huge because he's 6'10", right? So that his heart is just bigger than mine or yours because it
straight
has
away.
to be. Whereas Eddie Hall's,
That's a smaller one.
no, yeah, would be because he's shorter in stature,
Yeah.
but it was bigger than your typical 6'3" man because he'd swum so much.
Okay. Yeah.
Like the valves
Yeah,
in his
makes
heart
sense.
were fucking massive.
So basically, we should just get running further and swim for longer.
Yeah, and your heart gets so much stronger. I mean, you go down the swim baths.
I can't swim for shit.
Yeah, but you see them old boys.
Yeah.
There's always old boys in the swim
Just
baths
at
at
it.
like 6. And you
I
go up
wish
to
I
them
could
like, how
swim.
old are you? And those old boys are
Yeah,
all like
I
over
know.
75.
I wish I could swim like.
because they've been swimming for ages.
I can't like swim. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, my granddad's an excellent swimmer, and like, I'm hoping he lives for fucking much longer. And
Yeah, of course.
you know, because he was in the Navy. Mate, he was telling me about some of the tests they'd done in the Navy. Bearing in mind, he would have been in the Navy in like the 50s. He'd be on like an aircraft carrier, right?
Yeah.
And you'd walk to the edge of the aircraft carrier in the middle of the fucking sea, and he'd be like, you look down, and it would just be like black, just ocean. And they would snap like a glow stick for a flare,
Nah, no chance.
chuck
Fuck
it down,
that.
and
No.
you and another bloke
No,
would
no.
have to jump off the
No,
destroyer
I've got to go get it.
into the fucking sea
Do what? Like
and go get this
there-
thing.
There's
And he's like,
nothing
you see
about-
it hit the water, and you see it,
Just yeah.
and then the lights starts
Do you know
to
how
go,
I'd go?
and
Back
into the
on the boat.
into the depths of the abyss, and you're like, I better get fucking down here quick, get it.
There is
Fuck
not. You
that.
couldn't pay me. You
Oh.
couldn't pay me any money
Fuck
to do that.
I hate the
There-
ocean.
fuck the ocean.
Nah.
So bad. There is nothing. The ocean is worse than space. Fuck the ocean.
I think we know, like, we've
Nothing.
discovered like less than 10% of it. So
Just goes on forever.
yeah, that's why all the UFOs are coming out of the water now.
What do you mean? I haven't seen this. When
Oh well, quite a lot of the most
UFOs are coming out of the water.
Yeah, like the Tic Tac one that David
Tac?
Fravor saw. Or basically, over the last 10 years, most of the UFOs
Tic
that
Tac.
have been seen disappearing or emerging out of the water.
I ain't got time for
So
that
these
right now.
underground
What do you
bases.
fucking mean? They
Fucking flying here.
Is there?
Yeah,
Fuck the
a
fly.
Small one. So yeah. So we were talking
Oh.
about the marathon.
I don't even know, mate. Fucking got me thinking about Tic Tac, fucking aliens, the ocean. And I'm just like, we know fucking nothing, bro. What are we doing here? Like, what's going on? Who knows what's going on? Like, I want someone to give me some inside scoop. All I want to know is what happened to who killed JFK. That's kind of all the thing I ever
Yeah,
comes back to.
that'd be a good one to know. I
I'd
like
love
that
to know
scene
that.
in National Treasure when.
They're making number 3. You know that?
Yeah, I can't wait.
National Treasure's a great film.
But you know, in number 2, when Nicolas Cage kidnaps the president, and the president gives him the location of the president's book, which has all the secrets in it.
Yes, I think so.
And because he's like running on limited time, he has to go
Yeah.
straight to the page. But as he's flicking to the page, he sees like the who killed JFK and
Skate
like
over it.
all these different secrets. I wonder if there is a book like that.
Have you watched the
I don't
you've
think
watched the
there is,
JFK one, didn't you?
What, the
Kevin Costner.
documentary? No, I've not seen that.
The actual film by Oliver Stone.
Maybe I have.
It's like it had Gary Oldman in it, Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh, I have seen that. Yeah.
Fucking great.
When you said Tommy Lee Jones,
so
yeah.
good. So
Do you know what? I'll have to rewatch that 'cause I don't
So
remember
3-hour epic. Oh my god, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. You know
so
what?
good.
A film along those lines.
So good.
I liked. What's the one with Mark Wahlberg where he's like they frame him for a murder?
Like every film he's done.
Shooter.
Yeah. Shooter's good.
And they like
Shooter's a good film. I like Shooter.
Yeah, 'cause he's like a sniper, and he.
Yeah, he's fucking.
And they frame it on him.
That was a good film.
Like, and I like, you know how
Like an easy watch, but good.
you know when Gary Oldman fakes his own death in The Dark Knight, and he gets sniped, doesn't he? 'Cause that blind shoots up, and they will turn their
There's
attention
just
away
not.
from
There's
him.
just not a better film than.
He's in so many good films, Gary
Like
Oldman.
the first time you watch, I don't think there's a better first time watch film, because I think films like I think they age a little bit, so like they have more rewatchability factor to them, and it's like sometimes that can then correlate into that being your favorite film of all time. You see what I mean? Does that make some sense?
Yeah, like I get you.
There's like the shock effect of like the film at the start, like when you first watch it, like the wow factor there, and then there's films that like either jump into both categories, which then age over time and get better and better and better the more you watch it or whatever. But then there's some films like The Dark Knight. First time you watch that, it's just like, like what are we talking about right now? Like what over something make believe, like the fucking story to it makes you feel like it's like happening, you know? It's fucking nuts.
You know, as well, like
Nolan's the man.
I know everyone loves Marvel, but there is no Marvel film that's better than any Batman film. Batman Begins, the Dark Knight trilogy, and then The Batman with Pattinson was amazing. And I do like some Marvel films, but they ain't on
There's
that
no
level.
grit to them.
There's no yeah,
grit.
exactly. That's spot
no
on.
Grit. Zero grit.
Spot on.
Fucking give me some grit.
Yeah,
Just
there
give me
isn't any.
just give me some grit in a film. That's all I want. What gritty films I watched?
There is no
Fuck all.
there is no Marvel films with grit.
There isn't. Couldn't tell you one.
Yeah, that's true, and that's why they're not as good. I tell a lie. The only one I really thought was dark, and this, Age of Ultron.
What the Avengers one?
Yeah, but it's the second Avengers one, 'cause he's like
He's like ready to. Oh, I can't remember.
it's
Bro,
very
my
dark.
brain's so frazzled these days. I can't remember shit.
And when I tell people that's my favourite Avengers, they're always like, because I don't think it's a very popular
like
one.
Lion Mane or some shit. Is it Lion Mane that's good?
Yeah,
for
the
cognitive?
CBD. Yeah,
I need to do something. My brain is. I'll do a Sudoku every day.
the
for
thing
the
with
rest of my life.
CBD oil is that it doesn't do enough for the price it is.
You have to get like the high.
If it was
dosage, don't you?
cheaper, like if it was like
Yeah, but that's the reason why. We
it
spoke
was
about
a
this. though.
40 quid a fucking bottle
Yeah, but-
for Lion's Mane.
Yeah, but you can get like.
And I don't think it ever made a difference for me. I've spent 40 quid on a bottle, and I think the first time I'd done it, I felt an effect. And then every time I'd done it after that, because it's 3 drops on the tongue, didn't feel like it made a difference. You could take one pull off a joint, and it's better than 10 drops of fucking Lion's
Yeah, I
Mane.
know, but there's like,
I know they have medicinal benefits. It's not
Yeah.
about getting high or calming your anxiety.
Yeah.
I'm like, for 40 quid, I want to feel it's doing something.
Would you want it to make you like concentrate more,
No, just fucking,
relax you?
no, not even that. I just want to,
What then?
I just want it to alter my consciousness on some level, so I know it's working. Because for
Yeah.
40 quid, I don't just want to,
Take 3 drops.
because you're just hoping then. Even a paracetamol.
Oh no, it's
Fucking
placebo,
hell.
isn't it? The majority.
Take a paracetamol, 20 minutes, you can feel the effect. You can feel that it's worked.
Yeah, I don't understand that. How the fuck does it know what's going on? Where to go?
I don't know. It's
That's
weird.
Some fucking side effects and that. The list goes on. Ever looked at one of those lists where it's like, oh, this can cause this can do that, this can do this. You're like, what the fuck?
Do you know, I knew I could never be a psychopath when I watched films like Master and Commander. Well, I think I could be a psychopath, but I couldn't be one that like cuts. Whatever. Fuck knows. But you know, like Dexter.
I don't know what the fuck you say.
You say it any way you want.
Psychopath.
Well, some people say oven. Some people say oven.
If you're fucking northern.
Yeah.
Northern lass, carry on. So you couldn't be a psychopath killer, or you could.
Yeah, I don't mean like in the gory sense. You know, like Dexter.
I feel like you said that last time.
Where Dexter cuts the bodies up. Because you see Master and Commander with Russell Crowe. Early on, that one of the lads on his ships, one of the deckhands, he's like 12 or 13, and they have to cut his arm off. And they've obviously back then there's no.
I'm not here for cutting shit.
There's no anaesthetic. This like 13-year-old lad's just biting down on a belt, and they sawing through his arm.
No.
And I'm like, mate.
No, stop. Make my skin crawl.
What the fuck?
Make my skin crawl. Stop it.
That is insane.
No.
And there's Oscar. Lion Mane's not worth the money.
We're fucking dweebs, bro. What fuck do we know,
idiot.
man? We fucking like manicure, fucking pedicure, fucking I don't know.
I don't know about that.
No,
I've never got one of them done.
Neither have I.
Maybe I should
I was
though.
looking at me now. I was like, maybe I should. I don't fucking know.
I don't think I could pay anyone enough money to go.
World Cup's in less than 50 days, and we have a terrorist in charge of us.
Oh yeah. Who cares? Fucking not bothered at all.
Why not?
I just don't. England.
I don't like
England
people that don't like.
Because
it doesn't matter.
I'm a fan of football.
Yeah, and you're English, so fucking be a fan of England.
Yeah, but we don't play football. I don't know what we play.
Doesn't matter. You have to fucking be like. You have to have blind faith.
No, I don't. If it's the World Cup final, right? Or the Champions League final.
When we win, fucking timestamp this because we are gonna fucking win this year.
Mate,
you're not allowed to celebrate. I'm gonna fuck.
I don't care. I won't celebrate.
I don't want you to.
I don't care.
You fucking fuck.
But the Champions, if you offered me tickets to the Champions League final or the World Cup final, but you said to me, the teams are gonna play 5 at the back, I wouldn't go. Why would I want to watch that? And it's the same with England.
What happens if Arsenal play 5 at the back?
I'll have to find another club.
You're such a fucking idiot sometimes.
No, because my 2 favourite teams.
What do you mean you like?
No, what football shirts? What football shirts have you known me to wear? And Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Yeah, 2 teams I like the most. Why? Because the way they play football.
Well, so
and I don't like Atletico Madrid. I've never watched an Atletico Madrid game in my life because I watched them once and I was like, that is not football. I don't know what that is. That is like, it's like a trial. It was like something out of Squid Games. Having to watch Atletico Madrid or like even this Spurs team or like the England team 5 at the back play that game of football.
I can't stand.
It's like it's like a chore. It's like watching your parents have sex. It's as bad as that.
Strange one.
Nah, but come on, like
stop.
Look at the fucking players that get picked as well.
Don't. It's a cult, Mav. It's a fucking cult there. It's like if you're not part of the clique, you can't come in. I was like, you could have Vardy. It's just this is for. I don't know if I said this before, but you could like Vardy. Any fucking player. I don't care who it is. I'm just saying Vardy, for example. He could score 60 goals. 60 goals by November 1st, right? Just for example.
Yeah.
Or say, for example, when it's actually in the summer, he could score 60 goals in the league. And guess what? Do you think he'll get picked?
Well, he's retired.
I'm just fucking using it as an example, you fuck.
Nah, I don't. You're right. Well, look at Ben White. Look out. He's fucking...
Hey? I don't know. Who does he play for? Who does he play?
No, that team that's
top
of the league.
I don't keep up with football at the moment. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just England at the moment. England.
But mate, when I have to see like,
oh, fuck.
You know what I mean? You said, you don't want to see me celebrate. I take no pride. I wouldn't take pride in the celebration. I'm ashamed that I'm from a country that plays Harry Maguire and Connor Cody at the back. It's like a disgrace.
How's my man still getting picked?
Well, it's not their fault. You know what I mean? And if you're an English man and you're getting called up, obviously, fair enough. There's
Yeah, but he must know he's shit right now.
but like it to other people, like when I
He must know though, right?
who
Harry Maguire must know he's like shit right now.
I don't think he cares. Look how rich he is, but
You know, but when it comes to
maybe.
England, he's a football player. He's got pride. He's got a competitive edge. He must know he's not performing the way that he would like.
I mean, it's not as if he's never been good. He's just in the worst point of his career. But I mean, no one in that United team's good. And I know we lost to them, and fair enough, they beat us. But like, who's good apart from like Casemiro, who doesn't even play, even though they've just spent
doesn't play.
all that money on a 31-year-old or whoever old he is.
Does he not
Like,
play?
When you talk about pride,
Who plays?
not
Not
McTominay. Yeah,
Still,
yeah.
fucking hell, they've got no chance.
Yeah, well, we saw that. It's 'cause they won 4 games in a row, didn't they? McTominay was starting, and then obviously they got spanked on the weekend. So everyone's like, "Why didn't Casemiro?"
Yeah, I come out the marathon. I was like, "What's the score of the thingy?" I thought I was high, and they're like 6-3. I was like, "Oh, what a good game." They're like, "Yeah, no, it's just City dominated."
Yeah, well, going like when you just mentioned in like pride, like I don't know about how you feel, but I'm sure in your job you obviously meet people on a daily who aren't British, people from other nationalities, and when you ever meet someone,
Sorry, bro. Yeah, go ahead.
when you ever meet someone that isn't English, right?
Yeah.
But they're into football, and then like, I don't know, just the fact that we put like, we're basically saying to the world, in terms of football, this is the best we've got to offer. Like Harry Maguire and Connor Cody and Gareth Southgate.
Yeah, it's tough.
And
It's a
like
tough one.
even the other day, fucking Pope starting to go over Ramsdale.
Yeah, I tell you, he doesn't know what's going
What
on,
the
mate.
fuck is that about?
I'm trying to like
And he made a fucking mistake.
make sense of it all, but you can't make sense of it all because the guy is an actual like he doesn't. I see something the other day. He was like he wants to actually like he hopes it never ends. And I think it's one of those. We've got one of those mad like. He's like a subtle dictator. So he'll want to be there for the rest of his time because he knows how good he's got it, and he's got this like perfect like revolving door of like fucking click people that like you're in my clique so you can come in like
Yeah.
and he just no leave now or like I fucking just get out, do something else.
And it was all right, obviously, before with the success he's had over the last 2 tournaments, but he wasn't just picking. I know, obviously, we had a nice run and the football was still shit, but at least then he wasn't just picking people.
Oh,
but now he's like literally picking people that are just like.
I can pick the team.
Yeah, we all could pick a better team than he
He's
can.
picking the same shit. So boring. I can't. Do you know what? It's making me annoyed. I might just fucking smash this mic across every light that I see. It's actually so frustrates me. Like, how can someone be in charge of our national team and get it wrong? How can you get it wrong so bad? I'm not a professional. I'm not a professional.
You don't need to be though. I hate that people assume that, you know, because we haven't, obviously ever achieved anything in football.
Yeah.
But even I love Mark Goldbridge, and he says like fans consume more football than actual players and managers do. They obviously do data analysis, but they do it for their team and their opponent. But like, fans watch a lot more football,
of course,
and they have done for years. But because we don't play football or we're not professional,
we feel like we're not allowed our opinion. No.
Yeah, but no, fuck that. We're the ones that pay the money.
Fucking
These
damn
cunts
right.
are in these positions because of us.
Fuck Southgate. I'm there for
Yeah,
it. I'm there for it.
so-
I might get a banner.
Yeah, I just don't like.
Oh no.
And I mean, obviously, we played like such negative football.
Such negative. It's so boring.
I
It's
know.
so boring.
And I'm sorry,
I
but
just really
Harry Kane he's just not. He was good back in the day. He's not.
He still pings goals.
He doesn't though, mate.
He does ping goals.
He doesn't. I don't know where this myth comes from. The bloke only scores penalties. It's a myth. People are like, it's like, okay, but when was the last?
Should we see how many goals he scored? Do you wanna
I don't care about. I'm not saying that. How many of them penalties? And look, when he won the Golden Boot, I've said this before. All he done in that tournament was score penalties, and he had like 2 deflected goals. I think he scored like 1 actual goal, and I'm like, mate, the geezer. I don't know what.
I don't know what you want me to say.
He's not even a striker anymore. He plays him up front. He didn't even do that role for Spurs. All he does is feed Son. I'm not saying that Kane shouldn't start, but don't play him up front.
I don't have the answers for you, but
and
we have
Sancho's not even going to get picked. I know Sancho, right? I know he's not had the best start at United, but Jadon Sancho is like a fucking unbelievable player. You know?
Yeah.
He's not even going to pick him.
Yeah, it's like James Maddison. You've seen his stats in the last, like, whatever. He's, like, top. Got on. See, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. What are you talking about? On goals created and actual goals, he's ahead of all of them.
I mean,
but there you go. You're exactly
Madison's a scorer of great goals.
You are Southgate, because just then you did the exact thing. Someone, if you're basing it off stats on what he's doing currently, should be in the squad, and you've gone, you're Southgate
because I've just lambasted Kane, right, for not scoring from open play. So I then can't say
I don't know
Madison's
those stats
good
right now, but I'm pretty sure he's done.
Yeah, but I can't then say Madison's good because the geezer is good if you've got a dead ball.
I mean,
but Madison is only if we don't get free kicks, what's he gonna do?
Do everything else?
No, but he doesn't though.
Does he not?
No.
I like
Madison scores unbelievable goals, right? That's all he does.
I mean, I'm not sure that's
correct.
No,
it is. I'm not saying Madison's bad. There's probably not a better, apart from Ward Prowse, there's probably not a better free kick taker in the league.
Ward Prowse would be in the fucking squad somewhere.
But I'm like, the way England play, we don't. How are we ever going to win a free kick?
Making me depressed.
We don't ever even get up the end of the pitch.
We don't.
You know.
We do not. You know what? On that fucking one, we're gonna cut it because I fucking hate Southgate and he's pissed me off. He's actually made me.
You're actually annoyed.
I am annoyed. I'm fucking.
This never happens. I'm usually the one that
fucking annoyed. Man.
Gets myself wound
up.
I'm
annoyed. I'm just fucking annoyed. I've got to sort some fucking shit out, and it's just fucking seen on my phone. It's long month. It's what happens when you got fucking stupid business and shit. Right. That is episode 4. 4.
Yeah, 4. Yeah.
This will be out sometime.
We're very professional.
Yeah. Well, this is how it fucking goes, right? This is real life. This is what we do. No fucking white lies. Thank you for all the millions that have listened. We will be back on regular scheduled program, hopefully.
Can I tell one more story before we go?
Yeah, sure.
It won't be long because I've remembered that I wanted to say it and it's only just popped back in my head.
Shit, here we go.
Took my sisters to Pizza Express on Saturday.
Right.
Just sitting there having dinner, and next thing I know, there's all these people going, oh my god, like gasping and shrieking. So I lift my head up from my calzone. Some fucking geezer going, "It's all right, I've got it under control," and he's not paid attention. And in Pizza Express, there's little candles on the table. His menu and his napkin fucking caught fire, and it completely engulfed. And he's got his plate, and they're on fire on the plate, and the flame's pretty high, right? It's like he's holding it like this, flames above his head, and he's like that, and I'm like, fucking hell! Like as he walked past me, I could feel the heat off it. And luckily he was sitting quite near the door.
Chucked outside.
So he's just gone out the front door. There's people sitting out the front. They were like, "What the fuck?" Yeah.
He chucked it out.
And he just fucking threw it on like the cobbled street. And all these people like looking around, and then
did he step on it?
A waiter come out with like a fucking jug of water. I just thought, because it was funny as fuck. And he come back in, and he was like a middle-aged guy, and I think he was with his mum. She was like in her 70s or 80s. Yeah. And I looked over at her. She was just like,
never again.
The old lady.
Steve, no, you've embarrassed me.
And I was just like, what the fuck? Because I said,
how is he gonna let his menu get banned?
Mate, but Pizza Express, the amount of children that are in there. I was in there with my sisters. I'm like, why the fuck's there candles on the table? I asked them to take it away because I know my sisters are like, well, one of them's like really clumsy. I'm like, fuck me, I'm gonna end up
like an arsonist as well. I'd fucking burn some shit down if I went back in the day. Oh god, fire flames, hell yeah, fuck yeah, good to go. Burned down my kitchen, half of it.
Oh yeah, you did, didn't you?
Yeah.
I remember you telling me that. That was before I knew you though.
Yeah.
When my life was easier.
Yeah. Oh god. Right.
That's it.
That's it.
Peace, people.
Peace. Love.